Just, Matt obviously did pretty well during his rehab stint. Just, I assume you saw some of the games somehow. What are the reports? What did you hear about that time?
Well, it was nice to get him some games, and I didn't get to see. Obviously, with our schedule, it's been busy, but watched a few shifts. I thought he looked like he fit in well, and that was the reports. Talking to the coaches there, and it's an opportunity for us to, see where he's at here now. That doesn't mean he'll be in the lineup tomorrow, but he was able to skate with us today and join us, and we'll see where that goes day by day.
Would you like to see him get a little more practice time before you would get him into the game?
Yeah, I'm not comfortable putting him in tomorrow because of that, Paul. Exactly. I think it's only fair for him to get some practice time before he would jump into what would be his first game.
How's Dylan doing?
Dylan is progressing very well. We would expect with strong potential to see him in practice in a couple of days. So if all goes well, that will be the case. But he's close. And if it's not that day, it's within a day from that point to rejoining.
What did you see from Ryan Johnson on Saturday that made you think that, give him a shot with Dahlin to see how those two really work together?
The ability to read situations as partners, period. He's not everything in the NHL is teamwork, and a lot of times players have to learn that in the American Hockey League. And for your defenseman, it's your ability to play as a pair and tandem. And I thought he did an incredible job of that during training camp. And he, in reviewing his shifts and just watching him in the game, he was again good in those areas.
You placed Brandon on IR. Any update on the severity or any kind of specifics on what's going on?
Yeah, unfortunately, no specifics, and that's why he's on IR. We're trying to pinpoint specifics with what he is, feeling. So, don't have an injury update other than upper body, and we're doing what we can to see how we can resolve it.
Is Dylan upper or lower?
Upper.
Going back to
When you go first names, it's really challenging. It takes a second to compute. Yeah.
going back to Savoie, is the process for him to get better acclimated with the group a little easier because of the time that he spent here getting back from injury and everything?
Yeah, I think he has a comfort level around here that will help accelerate that process. It's not like we've just picked up a player in a trade and he doesn't know anybody. He's been around how we operate, and Rochester operates in a very similar manner. And so I do think that, he feels like he's integrated already. I think the pace of a regular season practice is much higher than training camp. First experience at that, you have all the top players here and the pace they play at. And obviously we're going into Carolina, which is a very, very experienced and physically strong team that plays a very hard and direct game. And, without a lot of practice time yet, I just don't think that's the right situation for him to go into. Had he had a few more practices, maybe I'd feel differently, but we don't need to do that.
7-11. That might have been the first time you did it.
200 games as head coach. Just what do you like about it? What are the drawbacks? I guess. It worked out well the other night, but just what do you?
It was. The choice to go 17-11 was all situation. We knew we wanted to bring Ryan Johnson up. We had a back-to-back. We missed Samuelsson early in that game, so we kind of went 5D the night before in a back-to-back. It was going to be Ryan's first game. We lost a guy in Samuelsson that was going to play minutes against Matthews and Marner, and you saw they had 4 points. So now all of a sudden we go in that game, we don't have Samuelsson. We have a back-to-back situation where we played 5D for the most part. We just figured, hey, if there's any time to go 7, this is useful because we just don't know how Ryan's going to respond or how the 5 that played the night before are going to respond. And Ryan was a significant positive factor because again, we were able to pair him by the end of the game with Dahlin in what was crucial minutes in either a tie game or to preserve a lead. And he integrated very fast through 2 periods. And that was a win for us, very big win for us. And having 7 gave us some time early on to not play him and allow him to figure out the pace in the situation and jump in at the right time, and he did.
You started Levi the first 4 games before the injury. Now he's back. Is it your plan to sort of resume that heavy workload, or is it going to be more of a rotation with him and UPL?
I would say it's probably going to be more of a rotation. Just to the start of the year, I thought it was important to give him some grind. You know, this is his first go in the NHL. You're going to go into 82 games, and I wanted him to feel some grind and quick preparation and a quick turnaround and battle, and so I think he gained a lot of experience from that. That's going to help him the rest of his career. Really, first time going through that. Now there's no need for that type of a grind, and the benefit, quite honestly, would be less because he's had the experience of it now. I think he's ready for it if need be. You know, if we were down and had to deal with injuries. But I think UPL has been good. Devin was good the other night. There's no reason that I see right now that either one of them, we should go to either one of them for a bulk right now. Who knows, that could change. But the way it sits, they both played, I think, fairly equal over the last little bit.
What makes Jordan Greenway such a good?
I'm sorry?
What makes Jordan Greenway such a good penalty killer?
Jordan Greenway, good penalty killer. Lots and lots of experience of games played in years to play the right way. You know, he knows the good ice, the middle of the rink. He doesn't give it up. When he gives it up, he recovers it quick, knowingly. He forces players into bad situations. He can do that because he's a good athlete. Size and reach are a significant factor in that. So there's so many components to him that make him a good penalty killer. Obviously, willingness to block a shot. You can, for anybody that cares, they can go watch when he blocked a shot the other day and he had no stick. You can watch the 10 seconds before that. He's actually moving his stick around the ice. So the Toronto would have to go through his stick, even though he couldn't use it anymore because it was broken. And he moved it to 3 different places to make it harder on Toronto. And that's experience, that's poise and confidence, and then he blocks a shot right after it. So, you know, you talk about intelligence and hindsight, insight, it was all on that play. And like I said, he probably moved it 3 times to position it. So, you know, while he had to go cover somebody without a stick, he had his stick placed somewhere where it was a little bit more challenging for Toronto.